is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Driving with Randy. I am your host, Road Rage Randy. I just got done out of work. I'm going to be driving my way home. The usual route shouldn't be anything too peculiar. So this truck, ever since... Well, this is interesting. So this truck has been struggling to get up this hill now for a hot minute. So I have to go in an alternative route. We're taking a right instead of a left. No problem, no problem. I hope that truck gets up the hill sometime soon today. I went over something at work today. I talked to some of my co-workers about how I want to start a podcast and how I wanted to start this. So, little do they know, I already recorded episode 1. We're on to episode 2 right now. One guy was saying, dude, it's going to be hard because you're not going to have complete thoughts. Well, he is correct. I mean, my thoughts are very interrupted by the driving, but that's why I'm Road Rage Randy. We're here to yell at anybody who gets in my way of thoughts this evening. So welcome back to another episode. I don't really have too much to say, I suppose, but I listened to the other podcast while I was at work, and I thought it turned out pretty dang well for an Apple quality mic. I mean, I'm not expecting top quality out of the first, 10 episodes or so, and just like that, we're on the highway. So I'm not expecting too much out of, 10, 20 episodes in. I just kind of want to get a feel for it, get used to this whole thing, and progress as we can. So I want to bring you guys to a story of a missed opportunity I had. If I had started this podcast a while ago, I was down on my trip to Atlanta, Georgia. So I went down there to hang out with some friends, as well as I had a tournament. I don't want to get too much into that, but I have a hobby and I had a tournament down there. So to preface this, I'd like to say I met this lady on another trip I had to Orlando. Her son participates in the event. She has 2 sons, actually. Super, super nice lady. Like, she took me in for the weekend, and I've met her one time in my life. She was so nice. Anyways, so Thursday, I wake up, 4 a.m., I get to the airport. I had a 6:25 flight, so I don't remember what time I got there. I want to say 4:15, and which, it's a little early, but given that the TSA was out of business during that time, you never know, or at least they weren't getting paid. You never know what would have happened. So, get on my flight, super smooth. I land in Atlanta, around 10 o'clock, I'd say. I think I was scheduled to land at 10:25-ish, and I want to say we landed early. There was like an 81 mile per hour tailwind. Like, we were just flossing down there to Atlanta. That pilot did a good job. Anyways, when I landed, it was no big deal. It would have been a $41 Uber to my hotel, and I wouldn't have been able to even check in. So I had spoken to her, and one of my other friends arrived at 12:30-ish. So I thought, hey, not a problem, not at all. Let's get down to... Once I'm in Atlanta, I'll wait for him, and then she was going to pick us up, which, super nice. Again, it's like a 40-minute drive there, a half hour, an hour round trip. That's a lot of time to ask for someone. So I just chilled at the airport for 2 hours while I waited for him, and we met up. We got on the phone with her, and she was waiting for us, ready to pick up. She picks us up in this nice vehicle. Like, okay, to me, it's nice. Oh my God, I said, your car is super nice. She goes, Oh, this piece of shit? What? You're driving a nice car? I'll get to what it was, really, but we're on our way back, and we're just talking, you know, we're just making small talk, whatever. Let me merge, buddy! Jesus Christ, you line up at the direct speed that I'm going, just let me merge. Alright, we in. Alright. So, she picked us up, we're on our way back, and we're speaking, and she's like, listen guys, you guys are probably hungry, huh? I'm like, heck yeah, I haven't eaten all day, I'm starved. I had a Starbucks while I waited, but I mean, a Starbucks not filling me. So, I said, listen, what are you doing? Move over! Oh my God. You slow down to 30 and then you don't even... What? You are lost. You are extremely lost. Jesus Christ. Alright, so we're on our way. She's like, you kind of hungry. I'm like, yeah, I am. I really am. I said, listen, there's one thing I want to do while I'm down here. Thursday to Sunday. One time. I want to go to Waffle House. There are no Waffle Houses up here in Minnesota. The closest one is like balls deep into Ohio or something. I don't know. It's not even remotely close. I've never been there. I want to go to Waffle House. She's like, yeah, that's fine. I wanted to go for a run before my kids got home from school. Why don't you guys go to Waffle House? You guys can take my car and head to Waffle House. I'm like, how far is it? Why don't we just walk? Yeah, you guys can walk if you want. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes. My friend's like, well, let's take the car. I'm not trying to walk. I'm like, all right. And then he volunteers me to drive. Like, what? He's like, I haven't driven in like 2 years. He works right across the street from him, so he has no reason to drive. And like, all right, I'll drive. So yeah, you guys will be all fine. It's just right down the road. Don't go anywhere else with it. And I'm like, oh shit. So I hop in her car. We stopped partway down the road, and I had to give her a call. Apparently the parking brake was on, and it was flashing at me. And I'm just like, I don't know how to turn the parking brake off. I drive a 2007 Toyota Sienna. I don't know what a parking brake is. It's like, ooh, that Honda's going quick. Yeah, she's like, oh, just pull the lever there and you'll be on your way. Oh, all right, beautiful. All right, so we make our way there. We got one turn to go, right? It's a red light. I'm like, I could have turned at the gas station, but I missed the turn, so I'm just like, we'll turn at this red light and we'll still get there. So the red light, I stop, I put my right blinker on, I'm checking directions, making sure I'm not going to hit anyone. This idiot behind me starts honking at me. Like, what? It's a red light, you're supposed to stop. Anyways, I ignore him. We roll into Waffle House in a freaking Mercedes. She let me drive her Mercedes up the road to Waffle House. Like, what? That was crazy. Let me tell you, Waffle House, delicious. I had a waffle. I'm not too experimental. I got back and one of the moms from Texas is like, you didn't get smothered hash browns? What's wrong with you, boy? I'm just like, I'm not experimental. I got a waffle. I got regular hash browns and a root beer because I don't normally drink soda, but I really wanted a root beer. I ordered a pop too. I'm like, what kind of pop you got? And she said, pop. Apparently they don't say pop. I know I say soda there, but we're trying to communicate with everyone here. Some people don't know what pop is. So we drive back with the Mercedes, no problem. But yeah, that was super fun. I got pictures. I got a picture of me squatting down with the Mercedes in front of Waffle House. You know that's number one on Tinder. That is the number one profile picture. We're going to be getting the matches with the ladies like none other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was only Thursday. Oh, man. You know what else went down on Thursday? Thursday was Valentine's Day. Well, everyone that was with us, we had a family from Texas. It was her kids, my friends from Rhode Island. I'm from Minnesota, and we just all hang out all weekend. Well, we went to this pretty nice restaurant. She had gotten us a reservation. It was like a pub type thing, and I was actually feeling a little experimental. I just got done telling you I'm a plain kind of man, but I saw on this menu a mac and cheese cheeseburger. That sounds delicious, like absolutely delicious. It's a little different, So what it was it's exactly what it is. It was mac and cheese, and then they put it on top of a burger. And man, it's just like, it's a different kind of a texture. It was delicious, but one of the chefs had came out of the kitchen. I'm just like, hey man, listen, I want to know, did you make my burger? Because that was one of the best freaking burgers I have ever had. That was unreal, man. Let me tell you, I'm from Minnesota, so I came down here and I was looking for good food, a good time, and you know what? I've had it thus far. He's like, man, I wish I could take full credit for it, but I got myself a team back there, 4 or 5 people, and they helped me out. They're the ones that helped me make this burger. I'm like, can you please pass the message along for me? I would really appreciate it. I want them to know that they are doing a fantastic job. He's like, yeah, man, yeah, for sure. So I go back to hanging out with my friends and whatnot, talking, finishing off our food and whatnot. And the next thing I know, he comes out with it was 2 or 3 people, I think. What the heck? There's just some people on a... What? What did I just see? I just saw like 3 people on the hill smoking something. He's puffing clouds into the sky. What? Yeah, we get it, dude. You vape. We get it. Okay, anyways, sorry, a little sidetrack. That's the beauty of this podcast. We get sidetracked by things we see on the road. Anyways, he comes out with 3 or 4 people. He introduces them to me. I'm like, listen, folks, I got to tell each and every one of those chefs that they made the best burger I have had. I shook their hands, and I just got to make their night, because, listen, I get it. Some people want to be chefs. Some of those guys might not even want that job. But I wanted to let them know that they were appreciated and that their work paid off. Like, oh my goodness, it was a good burger. And, every single one of them had a genuine smile on their face. Like, how often do you think people tell your waitress, give compliments to the chef or something? It was delicious. I feel like it's not that common of a thing, but you make an effort to do that, you might make someone's day. It's a small little gesture that you can do to possibly make someone's evening, especially if they're not wanting to work that job. So what happened, that weekend was very eventful. I'll probably save all of that for another podcast. I feel like this one went down pretty well. I appreciate you guys all coming back for an episode 2, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys for we'll see you guys for an episode 3, 100%. See you guys.